that do not hire Gen Zs and Gen Alpha for your companies just because.
Exactly, that's the point. Yes.
Because all you Gen Zs think differently, talk differently, and even react differently.
Stop crying. And why?
In our very first episode of Unmute with Ignitia, we present to you The Students Speak. What do they really want to know? We turn on the mic to the ones who really talked about but never listened to, the students.
So no lectures, no filters, just truth from the source.
So hi, I'm Monica Khanna. Along with my co-host Neha Sarna, I'm going to be hosting the first episode of Unmute with Ignitia. So everyone, I've spent my last part of life as a parent and as an educator just trying to help and see children grow in a better way, right? And honestly, if I say as a parent myself and as also running a school, we try everything to ensure that you get the best of everything, be it knowledge, be it your tuitions, your career counseling, your peer learning, sometimes counseling. There's so much which we do, right? And you're always in that guilt mode that I hope that we've not missed anything. Because we keep hearing, because maybe you are studying in classes, but it's your parents who comes to us and say, ma'am, are we doing the right thing? In terms, in our staff rooms, teachers are always discussing that, are we doing correct thing for our children? Have I missed out? The principal is after the teachers stating that, have you missed any of the chapter which the child have understood or not? So there's so much that goes around. Yeah, so we all are in that race of trying to give you the best. So but somewhere in the middle, I find that there's a glitch between this whole process. Because all you Gen Zs think differently, talk differently, and even react differently. And on all that pretext, I somehow feel that if we want to do best for you, we should first know what do you want to know. Because I think that will make sense to the whole process of giving you the best and your path to your future. So today, I'm not going to teach you, neither I'm here to mentor you. Today, I'm here to just understand and listen, right? This is your mic, this is your space, and let's begin talking to you. What are the right questions you want to ask us? So let's begin and let's break the ice first and begin with my first question so that we get something from you. So what is that one thing which your parents had always been saying or adults had been saying that this is very important, but you don't understand and don't get a fuss of it? If you could tell me.
10th कर लो, 12th कर लो, उसके बाद तो लाइफ सेट है, फिर तो जो मन करेगा वो करना. So I feel like that's the most irritating part of being a child. कि अच्छा ये कर ले, उसके बाद तेरे तो बहुत मज़े आएंगे तेरे को. 12th कर ले, उसके बाद तो तू फ्री है, कॉलेज कर ले. So we don't know when that cycle will end, I feel like.
So Rudra, you feel that it's not very important, correct?
Yes ma'am, I feel like it's an endless cycle. So
I'd like to add to it that, there's this thing that they say that, oh, you have to be sorted in life. You have to know everything at a certain age. So when you're in 10th, you're expected to know what stream you'll pick in 11th, what career you want to make out of, whatever stream you pick in 11th and 12th. Then you need to know your colleges, you need to know where you're interning, where you need to work. It's why?
Okay, good.
There are people who are 30 who are passed out of IITs and they said, oh, we'll do a startup. We'll go on a reality show and ask for funds. That's their norm. So why do we have to make a fuss about, sorting our lives? I'm not saying be clueless, waste money. No, that's just you being stupid. But what's important is to understand that it's okay when you don't know what to do. So you take a step back and you don't make a fuss out of it. I'd also like to add, like, they're always like, you have to choose this one particular thing. Like, for example, you have an interest in, say, whatever, economics in 11th. So you have to pursue that. Maybe that sometimes you develop an interest in something very different, but they're like, no, first you said you would do economics, then now you want to do psychology. So I think sticking to just one particular thing is not that important.
So you feel that sticking on to one thing is not good. We should pick up 2-3 things. Is it your So do you think is there a backup that if one thing doesn't work, so you're going to switch on to the other? Is it your backup?
No, I feel like it's not important that you only have to have an interest in a particular thing and you can't combine the two. Like I gave an example of economics and psychology, they can be very well combined. It's not as a backup, but obviously people should have backup, and that is one thing that parents say that's right. It's not obvious ki whatever you think is your first plan, that will work out. But you can always combine two things.
So I got it, but there's something which is very important I want to share, and I really don't want you to feel bad of it, okay? So I have a report which states that, and there are reels going on social media that do not hire Gen Zs and Gen Alpha for your companies just because you're neither disciplined nor you are sorted and you're little always vague. And it's going all across, and it's actually, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. So how true is that? Should I hire you in my new companies? Should we see that there is a future of our companies along with you? And it's $1 million question because that's very important.
I'm really gonna want to revise it first.
Come on, Gen Zs.
Okay, so you should hire us because we are efficient, we are more adaptive, and first and most important thing, okay, it is just a boomer and millennial propaganda that you are very lazy, you're not work efficient, you don't do work, like you don't hard work and all of that. But I don't feel it's that how it goes. I think we don't just want to work in those monotonous corporate offices. We like something exciting every day that has to wake me up every day. I don't want to go to a boring office and like, okay, my boss said this, okay, I have to work like this. I don't want to do that.
No, but you are right. Nobody wants to have, I also try that my office is not boring and everybody enjoys it. But I think discipline is still foremost if you are going ahead and, from your house, going for work. Like, for example, I'm sorry to say today also you guys are 40 minutes late. Because we all call you at 10 for this shoot and you were here at, almost like around 10:45.
I think we really have to understand that from very early on in life, we are facing so much competition. Like for this one seat, I think there are like 1 lakh students like fighting for it, right? So if we are refraining this whole Gen Z and we're like putting all of them in a box, obviously we do have some broad traits. Like probably we're not disciplined or something, but like we really have to streamline and we really have to judge people on what they are because we are very different from each other, right? We have seen different things and we perceive different things differently. So this we have to understand, and I think country's 50% population is like Gen Z. So I think we do put the country's development at stake if we are refraining this amount of population from like entering the corporate sector or any sector for that matter.
So, but where is the discipline? There needs to be a frame of answer for discipline.
I know where it is.
Okay.
So, this is something that I've noticed, and it is with millennials, boomers, and everybody that I know who works, is the toxic work environment, which we call healthy. You want us to work, you're saying that it's a 9-to-5 job, right? But it is not a 9-to-5 job because you, like the millennials and the boomers, what they started posing, the more you work, the more you're gonna get rewarded. But the truth is, it's not gonna help you. It's not nice to push yourself even after 5 p.m. when you don't have the energy, when you don't want to, when you don't have the time, but you still do. I see people in the traffic jam with their laptops open and they're driving also, they're working also, just because they have to. So we don't like to wake up 5 in the morning like millennials or boomers and go to work like 9. I have to reach at 9 and everything. Maybe we are like, we wake up at night, but we give you the best we can. We give you all the hard work that is in us. We give you everything that we have in us and we put forward the best work for us. But maybe we cannot come to office every day like 9 to 5 early morning. Get my work done at night. That's fine for me. That's fine for all Gen Zers, I think that. So the truth is, I'm being brutally honest here. Millennials and boomers think hobbies are the waste of time, but we have hobbies and we like to invest our time in our hobbies. We like the work-life balance. So that is why we kind of, shut off at 5 and then you don't reply. That's why. No offense. We are pretty creative people, but you guys just ask too much out of us.
We like our work life, but we love our personal lives, and we want it to be a part of what we are. Not just, okay, I have to work and I have to submit this and I have to submit that. No.
Generational trauma pass ho raha hai baar. We want to end that cycle.
So, you know what, even I have an example, because there was a teacher who was facing this issue, the HOD was facing an issue, and the junior teacher was a Gen Z, okay? So she had been saying that, I keep saying her, give me this work, report on time and all. And the Gen Z teacher used to not reply at all. So I understood why. I said, have you mailed her? Have you WhatsApp her? Why are you, going again and again and telling her the whole story? So why don't you just mail her? And you know what, how beautifully Gen Z wrote a reply to that teacher, HOD. Ma'am, you've never asked me clearly. Just write me what are the targets, what are time I'm going to give you. You don't have to press me or, call me after 6 o'clock and trace and chase that have I not done. Just give me work and a mailer and I'm going to do it. So, you know what? We're also learning. And that's how I told my HOD to just do that. You need the targets, write a mail and get it. So I really get it.
I have a point to add to your thing. So we have a social life beyond our work, I would say. So whenever you guys give us work, it is always on our mind, but after 5 or after our certain work hours, we shut down. Because we don't want to invest our free time thinking about work and stressing about it. While we're working, I think we give our best and we give as much as we can, and we'll deliver 2x of what I feel like millennials or Gen X or boomers can do.
Yeah.
I feel like. So
I feel like the concept of this workplace is very different between millennials and Gen Z. Like, they want to do a 9 to 5 job, but again, like Priyanshi said, that it's never 9 to 5. And like, we're okay with starting work at 5 and going on till 2 o'clock. That is fine with us. Even if we don't work with millennials, there are so many Gen Z starting startups, they're okay with that. We don't have any issues maybe getting on a call at 2 a.m. and finishing work, because sometimes at that point of time, that is when we're the most efficient.
Okay, I agree.
I'll add a very small thing to that, what Jia said. We are not scared to say the things as they are. As like my mom and my dad, they pick up their boss's call as if, it's something that a monster is calling. Oh my God, my boss is calling. I have to pick up. Even after, if it is 9, if it is 10, or I don't. What is that? It's fine. You are.
Priyanshi, are you pointing at me?
No. Even if the parents follow, for example, she has to pick up. It is your personal life. Get out of your school, get out of your office. It's fine. Just say, okay, I'm not free right now. I'll talk to you tomorrow during my work hours. That's fine. And I think millennials do feel bad out. How did they speak that to me? But what can we do? It is our personal life. We cannot just, be working all the time. It's just how we are.
Okay, so I totally understand that your discipline's meaning is you guys are not time bound, right?
Exactly. That's the point. Yes.
So now coming up to the next segment, it's called the help loop, where I really want to know that everyone's trying to help you, but are we really helping you? No. Okay. So what's the most common advice that you've got from your adults? Do you really think it's a lie?
Yes, actually, my parents हमेशा कहते रहते हैं कि तुम बेड बना लो, अपना बेड बना लो. I mean, it's very different from education and all, but उसका आज तक मुझे तुक समझ नहीं आया.
Another one, wake up early.
Well, that is true, because if you are sleep late, how can you get up early? I understand completely.
Can you adopt me?
Oh, Jia, sure, definitely. So is there anything else that anyone wants to add on?
I do. I mean, I get the fuss about good grades, but maybe your child is, better in something else. Maybe sports or dance or art, something else, anything. They could be the best DJ in the world, for God's sake. But let them be, please. It's okay to get average, fine grade.
Agreed. Right. Yeah. So, taking what Neha has spoken and, you've given little answers from there, I want to understand a very valid point here. Do you really feel that everybody wants to fix something for you and you don't care, but people are after you to fix something for you. Have you ever felt that?
Yes.
Yes. What is that?
First would be stop crying. And why?
Crying, who will cry?
So whenever we're stuck in a situation, so they ask us not to vent.
Okay.
And that's something that's not right. That's something that makes people even, think more, become emotionally unavailable for each other. That's why you never see a millennial boss go to another millennial employee and be like, oh, it's okay, I get it. They don't. But in a very Gen Z startup, if someone say, I don't feel well, I need to take the day off, I don't feel like myself, they give you a day off because they know that you're not in the same mental capacity to work and deliver it. So that's something that, people try to fix and be like, oh, don't cry. It'll get over.
You feel that if we are crying, it's about the way we are renting it out. So it's okay. You don't want their help. Correct?
The space, basically.
You need that space.
And sometimes it's imposed more onto the boys. I think Rudra can relate to this.
I mean, not necessarily. I feel like I vent my emotions pretty well when it comes to venting out my frustration, but not necessarily from crying all the time. But I feel like yes, for lots of boys in general, there's a stigma कि लड़के रोते नहीं हैं and all of that. So I feel like Gen Z में थोड़ा ज़्यादा होता है because we have this image of, I don't know, that trend है.
Basically, peer pressure.
Yes. I mean,
And that they expect us to have 24/7 like a mask on our faces, which is like when you go off to college somewhere far from home. She could relate. She's gone to Jaipur. So they ask you to know everything, like everything. You have to be independent. You have to know where you are. You have to be careful.
So what I want to know is, so what does actually the real help look like for you?
I would say communications, but not the traditional kind of communication. You have to let us come to you. It's not always like क्या हुआ, बता के नहीं. There are things that obviously we don't feel कि we will be able to share with our parents, and we have other people that we can share it with. So I don't think there has to be this thing कि बताना ही बताना है. But if there is something, we'll come to you. You have to give that space.
I have a point. So the things that you think are like broken about us कि हमारे में जो दिक्कत है, we have already solved it within us. I feel like we already know the solutions to our problems. We already discovered them, and we don't necessarily need an input from an elder, and that's how we get irritated.
Okay. Yes. That's an unnecessary waste of time from our side also, because we've already sorted it.
We don't want you to, fix our rooms, fix our cupboards, or fix our screen time. I like my real life, and I like my real life as well. I mean, I like that kapde wala chair in my room. It is weird.
And just to, a small message from us Gen Zs to all of the millennials and boomers, that we are mature with our age. We have more emotional understanding because we know what you've gone through. You always point it at in our faces that, oh, we were not like this, we work, we still do. We know you do, but we don't want that life for us. That is why we like to be emotionally sorted in life. We like to be emotionally, career-wise also sorted in our lives, and we don't want constant reminders that, oh, you're not doing it right. If we're not doing it right, let us do it wrong. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we are not broken to be fixed. We just need you to hear us and understand us, and we don't want to hurt your feelings at all. It's just give us some space and really understand us.
And let us make mistakes, and we can figure it out later in life, or maybe just give us time to fix that before you try to fix it yourself.
Correct.
So you're right, Simran, because I'm a millennial myself, but my parents had brought me like that they used to just put me on a platform, just do whatever, just expose yourself. They used to take me for every competition, everything on earth, either I win or I not win, but I was going and learning. I was handling my failures, everything, and I think that's what had given me a lot of confidence. So I totally agree that you have to make mistake to learn it, to grab it, and to learn from it. I strongly say. So guys, let's come to the core question. You know what? Nation wants to know a lot from everyone, but I want to know from you, what is that you really want to know from us? So to make it, let's simplify this. What do you want to know about life, people, mentorship, success? What is that you want to know so that we can help you in turn? Right. Let's come to the main point.
I would like to answer this actually. So after 12th grade ends, I feel like we've just thrown into the world to figure everything out. I mean, I just completed my 12th grade a few months back. So I feel like ever since it ended, we were just thrown into the world. Ki, okay, now go figure it out. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of, we get this sudden pressure. How do I make money? How do I get into a good college? How do I get a good job after finishing a good college? How do I pursue my dream career?
So Rudra, have you, like you were in school, so have you ever gone to a counselor or your school and asked that I want to do this, and have you not got your answer? Was there an issue or some lagging?
So, ma'am, I feel like I've been to many people, I've talked to many people, but I've never got a satisfactory answer. It's always been a very streamlined thing ki take this assessment or take that or take this and you'll figure everything out. But it's very confusing because the world is very big.
Yeah, yeah.
And there are a million things we can do. So it becomes very confusing, I feel like. It becomes very irritating ki yaar ye bhi nahi.
You get so much knowledge, rather what you want, you just need that answer correctly. Maybe that helps you find your path better.
Yes, ma'am. I feel like we need a lot of help in a lot of domains particularly after a certain period ends school, because we were very protected throughout that entire journey and now we're out in the world. So we have a lot of questions like, oh, college mein marks लाएंगे तो क्या होगा, degree अच्छी आएगी तो क्या होगा, because there's a lot of competition as well. There are a million other people with the same degree as ours, but how do we become successful as an individual, not as, I feel like, a group of children or a group of people who are the same age or born around the same time. I feel like we need more individual attention and more individual answers than something as a chunk of a population.
We don't want the theoretical knowledge. We want the practicality of life as it is. I want to know how to invest. I want to know how to, have genuine connections, not just because I have to work or a professional profile. That's what I want to know. That's all the questions that we have. We could chat GPT everything, but I think that experience also matters.
I have a point. No, I feel like our parents say कि हमने बहुत struggle करा है, हमने बहुत ठोकरें खाई है, यार हमको खाने का मौका दो. We want our own struggle. It's not like we don't want to survive. We want to find our own path. We want our own struggle to eventually, have those light experiences that our parents, our uncles and aunts, our grandparents would have had.
I think we should just clap on this point.
Yeah, right. So I have, something to say here and admit that you are right here, right? Because I myself know my whole, childhood, right? I was thrown in the pit to learn and all. But I still restrict my son not to go beyond. So I think we are little hypocrites. We want you to explore and learn, but when they want to actually go out, I give a lot of boundaries and barriers. Security issue. You're not grown up. Let's restrict yourself. Take mama along. Take father along and all.
I think I'll start this, that we actually, being millennials, need to be a little more emotionally strong to put you out there in the world.
Yes. Because if you're expecting, we have to put you first there.
Yes.
Right? Correct?
We don't want कि जब बड़े हो जाओगे तब करना. We want to do it now. Let us do it, because you're like, okay, we don't say no for anything, but then you say no to everything that we ask you for.
You're right. You are so right. Great. So Priyanshi, I got this. So, but there is something which I want to share. I know we've been talking from almost now half an hour, but there's someone at the back looking and watching you for every word and expression which you're making. And she's a surprise entry here, and you must know that you know her very well. Okay, so you know her really well, right? And you've brought up with her along, and you've asked many questions from her. You've spoken your heart out, and I want to give you that surprise element. Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Hi, Sitina. Please have a seat.
Very gentleman-like.
Okay, so we meet after a long time. और मैं सब सुन रही थी, है ना? And one person whom you cannot lie because I have all your secrets here. But yes, the promise I've never broken. I've never shared, so I'll not even share ahead.
Which I can really vouch. The best thing about the school counselor and your Suti ma'am is that she's never shared whatever you've ever spoken to her. So all the secrets are to her, and she's the best person to make us understand and bridge this gap what millennials and Gen Zs are feeling actually.
Kudos to that.
And you are true. So now, I personally, I feel fortunate to be here. Why? Because I also feel fortunate that I have seen you grow, right? So since grade 5 to now college goers, right? And I have a very valid question. I've heard you. I have your secrets, right? I have seen you doubting yourself, and now this version of yours, right? I want to ask you, think about that, that old version of yours, maybe that little version, maybe in grade 5, grade 8, grade 11, grade 9, grade 12, whichever. And imagine, picture it, and give me one advice that you would like to give to your older self.
What ma'am is saying, you must have made mistake. Today you feel, oh, we've done it enough, and now we are on the, we are out in universe and trying out in the world achieving. But you must have done some mistake, right? Maybe you not asked the right question, right? You were expecting too much, or you were little innocent, not open to talk to people. So what is that one advice in your little self which you want to give to Suti ma'am, where she can help the other younger ones come out more better and grow better?
Because I've seen you doubting yourself or worrying a little too much for very small things, which now you have outgrown, right? You have also learned a lesson for life. I want you to give that advice to your older self, and I'm sure this is going to be helpful, rather a lot more helpful for me, because then I go back enriched in guiding your juniors, right?
Don't worry too much about your marks in 10th grade. Mil jayenge.
It's not that deep. It doesn't matter who you have as your friends. Now you would find your people out there.
I would say chill kar yaar, everything would just fall into place. Tu chill kar abhi, please, itni tension mat le.
Cry about it, but then please get up and get to work. You have to go forward. उसके साथ दौड़ते रहना कोई sense नहीं है.
Match your expectations with your reality.
Okay, so that is for real, right? I get it. Right, so this is going to be very helpful for your juniors. And one thing I must say, because I've seen you growing, we're really proud of you. You've really evolved. Keep it up. 1.5x pixel.
I'm also proud of what I've become.
Good.
So now I have this amazing rapid fire for my Gen Zs here. So shall we begin?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so Monica ma'am would be judging this, and let's give those fire straight answers to the questions. No overthinking, okay? Are you ready? Ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so here goes my first thing. When people give me advice, I feel
Suffocated.
Irritated.
Annoyed.
Confused.
okay. The real me is
Practical.
Tired.
Sleepy and chaotic.
one thing I want to figure out for me is
My life.
Income.
I think real me is me. Real me is Gia.
so these are some rapid fire straight answers for the Gen Zs today.
So great answers, dear. I think it was great and it was very, very crispy and fiery. So you know what? You also have a special gift hamper to the winners. So guys, I have this beautiful hamper. Did you like it?
Yes.
Guys, it is for the winner, and the winner is everyone. So this is a special book from the author Mr. Rohit, Fall, Don't Fail, and this will really help you find your lot of answers. Thank you everyone for the first episode of Unmute with Ignitia. Thank you everyone. Today we just didn't get a lot of answers, or maybe I say questions, but we got a lot of clarity. I think as parents and educator, we should stop assuming. Rather just ask them a simple question, what do they really want to know? this was just the start. Next time, we're going to come with next set of students and find more questions and more answers, which might help us create better future for these younger kids. Until then, stay strong and stay curious. And remember one thing, the right questions might give us the right answers.